Welcome back, YouTube. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. I hope you can find the time to like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be looking at this Citizen Eco Drive. It's from their Corso line, if I'm not mistaken. The serial or model number is BM7106-52E. On my quest to look for, if it exists, the perfect 1-watch collection, even 3-watch collection. This guy, I came across this guy. I've always had a thing for Citizens. Growing up, my dad had a gold-plated Citizen. Had a black dial, gold indices, gold hands, no lume or anything. Very plain, but I always, loved that watch, and he let me borrow it to wear for prom, that kind of thing, and it was looked like a baller watch to me. Little did I know back then. As you can see, it's the Eco Drive, so it's powered by light, never needs a battery. These things last about a lifetime if you take care of them correctly. The charge on the battery lasts, I think, 10 months. So if you keep it in a drawer for 10 months with no light, it'll probably stop ticking, but you bring it out a couple hours in the sun, direct sunlight, and it'll be charged back up for another 10 months. Which is cool if you don't wear watches all the time, or you don't wear this Eco Drive one all the time. So today I want to talk to you about it and see if it's your kind of watch, and if not, hopefully just shed some light to someone that's actually looking for something similar. So there's many styles in this Citizen Corso range. There's some all yellow gold. There's yellow gold plated, obviously. There's some with diamond markers instead of these batons. There's some without sapphire. This one does include sapphire, as you can see above the 6. They all come in at decent prices too, which is something we'll talk about. Retails $325 on these guys. I got this one for $140 on eBay, so a gray market dealer. You could get them in the mall, at boutiques, I'm sure, jewelry shops. I see them on Jomashop going for $160. Right now, actually, they're out of stock on Jomashop. But you can look at places like Kohl's or Macy's might have them. Those department stores always have good deals, so might get lucky and get one for under $150. So this guy comes in at a 41 millimeter diameter. It's 10 millimeters thick. I'm going to get it off this pillow so we can take a better look. It's not a pillow, it's one of those little fake wrists. 22 millimeter lug width, which is nice because a lot of people have that. It's a little bit thick for a little bit of a dressier piece. A little bit wide, I mean. 10 millimeter thick. I didn't see this in any of the pictures, and it wasn't disclosed to me when I was looking, but it has a little bit of a almost top hat style sapphire crystal. If you look, it comes up off the bezel a good amount, at least 1 or 2 millimeters, I'd say. There's my nail right under it, and it does pop off the bezel. Flat, no curve, so it's not you don't distort the dial from looking at it. Completely flat, but it does give it a little more height there. Not sure if I like it. I would prefer a little bit of a curve to the crystal. So scratch resistant sapphire. It's high polished and flat, non-moving or rotating bezel. Obviously, it's not a diver. It's got the date complication at 3 o'clock with a nice little border around the window. Gold tone indices with lume. Hands are filled with lume, sword-shaped hands. It's got that Citizen style blue lume. I'm going to put it here underneath my drawer, see if you can get a look. You can sort of see the hands activating down there. Can't really see. It's not the best lume shot, but trust me, it's nothing to write home about. It's not the strongest lume. Fades pretty quickly, but it'll do if this is just your everyday daily watch, workwear watch, or taking it out to dinner. Very elegant looking, although a little bit sporty with the 5-minute increments on the markers down there. I think this can pass as a good everyday watch. I'm going to pop it on the wrist. It's not sized because I got to send this one back. It's still got plastic on the bracelet, as you can see. Very comfortable, very lightweight. I'm going to stick it on the scale, actually, before I close this video and get a weight on it. Nice bracelet. Bracelet's very comfortable. The weight is good, not hefty. Where were we? As you can see, it's got a black textured dial with a little bit of, I don't know what to call that texture around the middle, but I'm pretty sure that's the outside circle. As you can see, there's like a track going around hitting all the indices. I think that's where the solar cell is to collect the light and, you know, keep this guy running. It's got Arabics at those 5-minute increments, like I said, giving it a little bit of a sporty steel watch look. The caliber of the movement is the Citizen E111. It's got 100 meters of water resistance. I'm sure you saw that right away with the sapphire on the dial. I don't really like when watches that aren't divers tell you how water resistant they are on the dial, or that they feature sapphire. I feel like that could be put on the back of the case. That's just me, though. Fully made of stainless steel, the case, the bezel, the crown. It's got a matching rose gold crown. Push-pull only, obviously. Deployment clasp with push-button release. Got a lot of articulation on these links, which is nice, so it just kind of sits on the wrist. It almost feels like a Jubilee. So that's how it looks. The dial's got some depth to it with all those, the texture there, and then that solar cell track going around, and then the 5-minute increments. Not a fan of the flat crystal that pops off the bezel, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. There you can get a good look. About a millimeter and a half that it sticks off. A lot of polishing on here, so it's a little bit of a flashy piece, if I can say that. I wish they would have gave it a 20 millimeter bracelet. I would probably keep this if it did. This reminds me, like I said, of a dad watch, you know? I could picture my dad wearing this guy, and this could be his one watch for every day, for everything. You know, you could cut the grass in it. Doesn't have to worry about it getting scratched. Stainless steel is going to hold up for a long time. Wear it to work. Wear it out to dinner with my mother. Wear it to the beach if he chooses. It's going to look good. So here's some pros and cons to close out. Like I said, there's many styles available that'll probably suit your style. Rose gold if you're into diamonds is on the dial, that kind of thing. It's a good cross between dressy and sporty, so I think it can do everything very easily. It's got great specs for the price. Like I said, this one was $140, I think $145 with shipping. Got here in 3 days off of eBay. Very happy with it. Probably going to send it back. But good specs for the price. Sapphire stainless steel. It's Citizen, so you know they've been doing this thing for a long time. They know what they're doing when it comes to eco-drive. They're pioneers of that type of technology. You can see I love when quartz have the seconds hand that aligns perfectly, which Citizen usually does in my experience. Perfect bang, bang, right on every second. It's very comfortable. That's another big concern of mine for watches that I'm going to wear every day. And the eco-drive movement, you can't go wrong with that if you're into quartz watches. Now for the cons, if you're not into quartz watches, this is not for you because obviously it is a quartz. Doesn't matter to me because I love quartz, the accuracy. I love the new technology that they're coming out with, the high frequency ones. Super accurate. But if that's not your style, then obviously I don't suggest you buy a Citizen eco-drive. The clasp does feel a bit cheap to me. I'm going to pop it off quick, show you. It's just a pressed clasp. The polishing looks a little cheap. It looks a little flimsy, but once it's engaged, it's, you know, solid. It's not going anywhere. You can rattle it, pull on it. It won't go anywhere. That's not too much of a concern, but I figured I'd tell you. The loom is not strong, which, although it's not a diver. So the loom does its job, but it's not strong as I would like, and I'm a bit of a loom fiend. And I think the last con, I think, is that the dial window is a little bit small. They could have made it a little bigger. It's hard. You can't really see the date in that date window unless you bring it up close to your face. But like I said, this can do pretty much anything, and it's comfortable. Good price, good specs. Overall, a good piece for less than 150 bucks. If anyone's looking for this kind of watch, fits very well. It'll sit where you put it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I got some good shots for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.